Yellow Crocs on. Then I do my toey touch, my toey touch. Hi, friends. I was thinking about working on heat today, but then I got paralyzed with indecision. I have lots of thoughts on things to add, but like, I don't want to add them to the current version of heat because I hate the current version of heat. I guess we could start building the analytics system and stick that in. I think that could be an okay thing to do. But anyway, I'm gonna work on Scoreboard even though I shouldn't. That's the... I mean, I should just be done. I've just spent way too much time on it. Way too much time. So let's go on over here. Do we see the ocean in the green? Am I still doing that? I had to stop the stream last night because I was bothering my neighbor. I feel bad about that. I don't want to ever be the loud neighbor. Be the loud neighbor. I put up this soundproofing. It doesn't look very good. And it does nothing. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to learn to keep my voice down a little more while streaming. These are gonna be ASMR streams from now on. But my levels are set for how loud I normally am, so it's really complicated. Also, Windows, I believe, loves to, for no reason at all, of course, change audio settings. Terrier, last night, I couldn't even finish that last puzzle. I'm sorry. I mean, I think it's not exactly my plan. You know, I'm going to blame maybe time zones for this situation. Why does this happen? Why does this ever change? This should never change. Why does one change this? I don't want this to ever change. Ever. Lock. Put a lock. Don't ever make my microphone not this. Don't ever make my headphones not this. Don't ever touch these volumes. But Windows doesn't care. It lets any process do anything it wants all the time. You confuse me whenever you call Sudoku Doku, only because of that node, the thing we were using for a while, whatever it has 2 Ks though. I think Life is Yours is still using this. It's cute, it's little, but I think my current preference is Dockerize everything. I guess I could Dockerize Doku. What do you think of that? Doku Dockerization? Okay, so I have a couple of small ambitions to put to rest today. Some foolish ambitions. Those foolish ambitions are as follows. We want to be able to fully reset. We want to be able to fully reset data that is on the device, like just blow away whatever we're storing in that, because we added that like persistent storage stuff. So we want to be able to do that, and we want to be able to store Wi-Fi username and Wi-Fi password. Those are the things we want to be able to do. Right now that stuff's hard coded. Let me switch here for 1 second. Oh yeah, extremely hard coded. How are we going to deal with this? I don't know. Yellow Crocs on. Here's how I'm going to start doing it. I'm just going to start deleting things I don't want. And now we have these credentials. Please don't steal my credit card number. This is the password to the ESP32 Wi-Fi. Oh no, I've doxed myself. I spent this morning resetting the client secret for what's its face for Heat since I doxed myself on stream yesterday. You know how I like to do that. Just a hobby. We don't use this, do we? What is the point of this? I'm gonna delete it. Maybe I'll regret that. Maybe I won't. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh my gosh, delete all, but that's fine actually. It's okay if you want to delete all because that's what we're actually going to make today. So you're ahead of me, and I appreciate that. This is broken for sure. To my toey touch, my toey touch. Oh, guys, hey, buddy. Wait, you just said hi. You didn't have it. Oh, I had a new joke for you. What was it? Oh, man, what was it? It was in the, you know, it's the realm of the jokes you love, like Kenya. What now? It's escaping me. I should have written it down on my arm with a marker. Are you feeling any better today? You're still on death's door. It wasn't Goblin, although I see where you're going with Goblin, and I see where you're going with Dragon. You feel worse? My dude. Don't you live in a country that has healthcare? Unlike my country? Can't you go to the healthcare store and be like, I would like my free healthcare? You've been to the dock? Go to another dock. Find a better one. Okay, here's the thing. How do we do this, like the persistent storage thing or the prefs thing? How do we do that? I think that's how it works. You just go to the doctor store and say, listen, doc. You say, hey, doc, I've got something to say. I say, what did the doctor tell you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to like air your medical concerns on stream. I just want you to feel better. That's all. That's all. So I think we don't need this anymore. So here's an issue. Sorry. Do you think you might be turning into a vampire or a werewolf? That can hurt. It sometimes hurts. How do we do this? So we did preferences here, right? That's how we stored the messages. So we've been setting up this thing. It mostly works. It does the full job. The one thing it just doesn't really do is without intervention, like you'd have to reflash it to change the Wi-Fi password that it uses to connect to Wi-Fi. You can always connect directly to it as an access point to set those settings, but it doesn't currently do the thing. And so we just need to, I think we can do this preferences begin, preferences end thing. So this is like the access point setup. Yellow Crocs on, that's when I do my toy touch. This is gonna be need, probably. What is preferences? What are you? Yellow Crocs on. Doesn't instantiate that or anything, do we? It's all static. Seems weird. Wait, what? How's that work? Yellow Crocs on. How, I don't know, maybe I just don't question it. Maybe I just do it. I just don't quite understand how that works. I mean, we got it from the example from the manufacturer, so. Okay, so I think we want to also use the preferences library here. I don't see a reason we can't do this. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, so this is like the access point setup. So that's I don't really know those were the terms. I mean, new access point, but station as a setup is a weird one. Coggins, this sounds terrible. I'm sorry, buddy. I am a person. I have a fun inflammatory bowel disease called Crohn's disease that is now currently under control, which is good, but the major inflammation problems. So in addition to the disease, you also have inflammation problems all over. So I'm sorry, I'm familiar with the like hurt all over kind of thing. It's a bummer. Okay, so the Wi-Fi station setup. Here's the thing. I mean, we don't really need this thing right now. We're sort of saying that you have to have Wi-Fi for this to work, but like, you don't really need it to have Wi-Fi. I sit down when I pee. I sit down when I pee. Here's a nice song for you. Am I gonna get a copyright strike for this? Sorry, it's probably really loud.
I sit down when I pee. There's nothing that crazy about me. I'm just taking a...
Okay. It's just a little, I needed a little music break. Sorry, I'm moving a lot of texts. Okay, so the thing we would need to do is I don't remember. Like, is there a thing that's like has key? How do you know if a thing exists? So we try get bytes, and then that should give the length. That's what we want, though. I thought there was a... We can get input, and we can just check the length, but I prefer to... not really meaningful documentation. Okay, let's find this. ESP32 Arduino is key. Okay, thank you. Yeah, keeping, please. You would think it would be something like contains key. It's not a normal has key or contains key. Did you see that? Test for the initial existence of your keys. So it is key. To determine if a key exists. So I guess we're going to say if preferences is key, Wi-Fi, SSID. I don't really know the, what are the conventions here? What are you mad about? Wait, what? What did that say? Did I misread that? Recall again. What was wrong with that? I don't like this. For keys, for some reason, it bothers me. Okay, only if it's a little bit tricky. Oh, this is C++, but it's not. This isn't a collection. It's like a custom thing. It's not a standard collection where you might have, you know, like a dictionary or a set or a map or whatever. So is key is a little bit weird. I mean, I get it. Oh my gosh, I don't know that this, definitely not a wise wizard when it comes to this. So we would say the thing that actually is a bummer is it does kind of need to churn to reconnect. I have to think about that a little bit. That's a pretty weird one. Because we want the access point to work even if the, yeah, gotta think about that. Okay, anyway. That's just an individual. Can I not have a, does it just have to, if it's a string, is it just get bytes? Wait, was there a string? Oh, there was. Sorry. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Not remembering how. How anything works. What are you? I thought this had two. Wait, but you didn't set up the auto mod, so it's obviously okay. What do we turn here? Oh, we need a length. I see. So you need to get it into a buffer. And then that gives you, and you feed it a max length. Or we get it as a string. What should I do? Sure would be easier to just do that, right? Oops. For some reason, I don't like to do that. Like, for some reason, it makes me feel bad about myself. What does this want? Will this take a string? Guess we could do the, Can I do that? Why is it unhappy about this situation? Okay. So that would get the, so we're only doing this. So this is like else serial.println no Wi-Fi credentials set. And what are you mad about? Do you not put an end here to just call? Ugh, sorry. Getting a phone call. Sorry, be right back. Okay, sorry, this is called about lunch plans. I do my toey touch, my toey touch. Okay, so this is kind of lame, actually. Okay, couple things to think about here. One is we could just do this when we're ready. You have a null. Let's see. How do you do this? Like, can strings not be null? Or what is the... Even nulls... But it's not a standard string, right? It's a... So do I just have to have them empty? The thing I want to do I think this has to like loop and try to connect, and so I don't think I want to do this. Just as far as like the bookending of like we could certainly start this here. We could also just say this is the last thing that happens, but we need to close. Well, no, we shouldn't do that. Nice to have like a callback or something. Where is that? Why is that? You'd think that they would just have. This is. But why are there not? Oh, I see. Okay. The Wi-Fi API. Oh no, you gorgot. You gorgot the water. So, what we want to be a station configuration. I wanted to just auto connect. That would be terrific. So we just call begin. Can you configure independently? I see, so I could configure independently and then call that seem weird. Why does so I think we can do this. It's a little torn here, so we can have this configuration separately, which seems, but I don't understand this. Like, that must not, I think that documentation's not correct. That looks like for the AP configuration. You know what I mean? Like, it almost seems like it's backwards. Oh, I see. You could say connect as false. What is BSSID? What does that mean? Okay, but we could just do this. Channel defaults to 0. So I think what we can do It'd be nice to say like an is configured or something, you know? Like, doesn't it seem weird? It's like you would call begin twice. You'd call it once to configure it, and a second time. Let's see if there's examples. I think I'm just not understanding, unsurprisingly. So we need Wi-Fi examples. Simple Wi-Fi server. I'm a little worried about some of this stuff, like the server. What? I don't want to propose changes. I want to search. What are you talking about? I hate this. Why are you like this? Wi-Fi. Oh, it's okay. So that already is auto reconnect is already true normally. It doesn't hurt to have it, but Wi-Fi client events. I'm not seeing that. I just want the like I want to configure and connect later. That's all. So this Wi-Fi config, that is configuring the station. That's different than the connect. So like the connect later thing seems a little weird. Turkey Dev, how's it going? Are you a developer in Turkey? Are you a developer who is a Turkey? I'm doing okay. So I got this ESP32 project. It's pretty close to done. Like this is going to control like an array of 3,000 LEDs, and it's pretty close to being finished. I'm just doing some minor like configuration stuff so that you can set it runs in access point mode so you can connect to it and do stuff, but I also want to be able to tell it to join Wi-Fi. That was previously hard-coded, so I'm just adding some configuration stuff. So I'm just in the process of, with this ESP32 Arduino Wi-Fi library, trying to decide what the best... This is funny that they always call... How could you ever be connected like during setup? Like when you run, how could that ever be true? It was really weird. Turkey the animal? Okay. So I won't ask how you're doing post earthquake. But I will ask how you're doing. I mean, that's kind of handy. Okay, so what's the least annoying way to do this? So we may or may not have Wi-Fi available to us. It is seemingly possible to call this, seems weird, without connecting. How come you can't be null? What did you just say you were? __ null? What am I missing here? What is is that right? Is this just also 0? Oh, are you? Cool. So I can go over this a little bit. Unfortunately, I have all of the parts boxed up except for the board because I'm going into a shop space on Friday to really start on the fabrication. So like the general idea, so I have a friend that has a fabrication studio called High Order, and they're redoing their space. And so he wants like a fixture in their space that is kind of reminiscent of like a arena style scoreboard, like this visual language basically, but much more stylized. And it will be kind of like an art piece up there, and then kind of scrolling around the bottom in a more modern way, something like this, though not circular. Oopsie. I have an LED scroll, and I think we're going to try it with this black diffusion acrylic that seems really cool. So the LED panels will be behind this, so it'll just look like black plastic until it's illuminated. This stuff is pretty cool. I'm trying to run a good example. I mean, vaguely like this, but probably radius corners, and then, the ability to put what we want on here, and then when it's off, it will be black. And so I've been working on that thing. And the main thing is he wants to be able to connect to it with his phone and set messages when he has clients, play with messages, whatever. And so we built that whole system, and it works reasonably well. It was definitely a learning experience for me for using Fusion for PCB design, because I'm pretty new to that. I've just been amateur hour with fritzing for years. So this is our cute little PCB design with the ESP32 on it, and which I had to order twice because the first one I made a mistake, and then there was also another mistake that wasn't my fault, I say. So we have this. We have a little server that runs on the ESP32 that you can connect to and do what you want. And so this is like kind of boring finishing touches of just making it where you can configure a few things. How's it going, Ben? So what's your approach, Turkey Dev? What tools are you using? I'm going to take over Moto with my very tiny scoreboard. It'll be very small and precious. So what I have is, for this particular project, we got these BFT lighting panels that are matrices of 256 LEDs. And they're pretty good. I like them. I think one of the things that you really have to, or at least that I had to really think about with these, and it's a little counterintuitive, right? So these are 5-volt panels, and my heart always says to me like, oh yeah, always do 5 volts. I like 5 volts. I like try to do everything with 5 volts. The thing is though, as the voltage goes down for these, the current goes way up. And so once you have 3,000 of these, the wattage is the same, but suddenly like it's like 75 amps or something for my 2 panels, or I'd have to revisit and see exactly what it is. But anyway, it is a not insubstantial amount of current, so I'm having to be careful about like wire gauges and stuff like that you wouldn't have to be careful about if it was 24 volts or probably even 12 volts, but it's fine. So I did have to get 2 300-watt power supplies to power the whole thing, which is technically not enough to fully power every one of these, because let's see, what is it? It's like, what are these? 0.3 watts per pixel. So I have 0.3 watts per pixel times 256 pixels times 12 panels. That's 900 watts. So really, you could say I probably really should have 3, but I'm never going to be running them at full brightness. I'm never going to be running all of them simultaneously. So I think I can do, which by the way, is 183 amps, 184 amps, which is kind of ludicrous. I don't think I need it. Like I definitely don't think I need, certainly don't need 4. I think I can get away with 3 and just have 600 watts total, never one full brightness, and I never really have them all illuminated simultaneously. Also, I just have like some subset for whatever the text is. And so, you know, if you guesstimated that it was half brightness was half wattage, then I feel like I'm okay. I mean, I may be a little brighter than half, but they're outrageously bright, like unreasonably bright. So the Scoreboard it's for my friend Sean, who runs High Order for his shop space. But really the idea is he does lots of fabrication and fixtures for lots of different clients. He's doing a Nike install today, like all kinds of work like that. And so part of the idea is to try to like have a couple showpieces for him that do have custom integrated electronics. And so I'm definitely working on this way too much for the budget, but the idea is to help him out and potentially like help him bring in work that I could work on for things. And so, and then I'm going to use it too. I wanted to use it as a way, one, to learn a bit more about this kind of LED project, especially in terms of the power requirements, because they're kind of more intense than you maybe intuitively think. Or that you might just be like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of LEDs, they're only 5 volts. What could that mean? When you see like, oh yeah, if I really do this, it's like 900 watts. If all of them are fully lit simultaneously, which we just won't do. We could in theory have them all lit simultaneously at 2/3 brightness. Also, that's only if it's only if it's white, right? Because I think it's essentially 0.1 watts per channel, or red, green, or blue, which mostly we're using white at the moment. But it was a good way for me to start using Fusion for PCB design. Actually, I think this is my second Fusion PCB project, and do a lot of work with ESP32 development, which actually is not bad. It's pretty good. There's some frustrating things about it, but the ESP32 Arduino library is pretty good, and it's pretty insanely powerful that this little dude can drive 3,000 LEDs while also doing the other stuff, acting as a Wi-Fi access point, acting as a Wi-Fi station, acting as a web server to let you change the configuration. Like, it seems to do all of that stuff without breaking much of a sweat. It also lets me, it has some built-in storage for me to store the web pages. It has some, what do they call it, non-volatile storage to store settings and things. So it is a pretty cool device, and it's like, whatever, $6. So, oh, I see 5 volts, 1 amp. That's not a lot of, it's not a lot of LEDs. I mean, if you're saying, you know, five volts, well, what would that be? So 5 volts at 1 amp gives you 5 watts. And what did we say? That these were 0.3? So that's like 16 LEDs. Oh, I see. I got you. Oh, you're using a segmented display. Gotcha. And you're using 5 volts. I mean, you know, there's lots of, you do have lots of room in here. If you run these at half brightness, you can instantly do 32 and so on and so forth. 1 amp does seem a bit limiting. What's the brain? What are your brains going to be? $252 LEDs at 5 volts with only 1 amp. It's not going to be very bright. I guess it depends on the LEDs you use. Oh, well, that is a question, I guess. What LEDs are you using? Are you using addressable LEDs, or you have some other approach? I mean, you know, you'll look at the power requirements, and the math is not that complicated to figure out what you can get away with. Like for me, it's 200. Mine's 256. For each one of those panels is 256 times 0.3 watts. So that's 76 watts. So 76 watts divided by 5 volts, that's 15 amps. So to me, to do just one of those 256 panels at full brightness would be 15 amps. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you using addressable or not addressable? Sorry if I'm. I see. Okay, so they're not addressable. So you have lower power requirements. Still kind of a lot though, right? At full brightness. Okay. But that's still 5 amps full brightness, right? Anyway, okay, I see. That makes sense. You know, one thing cool about that Pico is a thing that people have done with it is that it has, what is it called? It has this programmable I/O. And I think people have used it to great effect to drive a great many. People have used it for custom USB. I think people have been using it to drive addressable LEDs, RGB LEDs as well. I've used Pico for a couple things. I'm very disappointed in it though. Really, I'm disappointed in like the landscape of libraries for another project that I'm working on. I want to use it as a MIDI host, and I'm having such a hard time doing that. I may just have to break down and like try to do it with tiny USB just straight up on an ESP32. Somebody's done this. No. Like Adafruit, where is it? The host mode. The host stack. So they've started using PIO on the Pico for, I guess you just have to like add a separate USB port, but I don't think, actually that's an interesting question. I think MIDI's straight up its own interface, so I don't know. I got annoyed with it. And so I'm, for that project, for this project, this silly project is just a Pi, an ancient Pi. So I do need to do some work on this project too. That's cool. This thing is like conceptually close to done. Definitely has some issues. This is just very out of focus, huh? Can we autofocus? Is that too hard? Why would I expect a camera to be able to autofocus? Why would I foolishly think? How about that? Now, can we? So this silly little thing lets me do stuff like this. If it still works. Let me play Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, and turn out the lights. Turn on the lights. Hey Siri, stream. I wanted to do this without a Pi. I wanted to do it with just an ESP32. but maybe I still will try it at some point. But like the ESP32 with homes, like with the HomeKit stuff, which I can do with HomeSpan, which is kind of annoying. It seems like it was written by an insane person. But I still need the like MIDI hosting capabilities and like a USB host capabilities, and it kind of doesn't exist. The hardware certainly supports it. It's just there's no I think if you look at the documentation, it just says like, yeah, that doesn't work. You can't do that. Yeah, USB as host. This mode is still under development, meaning there's just nothing. Oh, thanks. This is definitely a like learning some industrial design project, so I'm very slowly like working on the enclosure. I think I'm gonna modify it though so it has a wooden front panel. Okay. It also doesn't sound very good, but I will take no criticism of how it sounds because it was a huge pain to even get it to sound like that. I should not have tried to just embed the speakers. I should have left speakers external, but what are you gonna do? Leave the speakers external is what you should do. So if I'm understanding this correctly, we can set this all up. We can have everything ready to go, but then not bother to connect until we are ready to connect, which I don't actually know how that works in this context, you know, like with, excuse me, please. Am I using that callback for anything? Oh, right. We can't set up the time. This is funny. There's no clock on this device. It's a cool device. There's no clock. So I'm using NTP for that. So really we do have to just block. The question is can I do that? That's pretty lame, huh? I mean, at that point, it probably makes sense to just this doesn't feel, somehow this feels wrong to me, like it's gonna cause problems, but like to set up the Wi-Fi stuff after setting up the server, I don't know that that's a problem, but it just feels like a problem. I don't know, we'll try it. You know, like this just seems like it's maybe not going to work. Does that mean we should just never call the callback? Is that a cruel thing to do? Like, if you're never online, never call the callback? I don't know. So this weirdo should be set up for over the air. We should be able to push to this over the air. Maybe. It's pretty. I had it working and it's pretty cool. I just have to remember. I think unfortunately with what's its face. What are you writing in, by the way, for your Pico? Using Python or something like really want you to use CircuitPython, or the C API or the Arduino API. It's weird that you can do the file system image over the air as a platform build step, but like, I think you, I guess what I could do, I'm sure there's a correct way to do this. Like have an alternate environment with like something that's shared, or I don't know. Anyway, I think we can just, I think what I was doing before is just uncommenting this. Which is annoying because then we have to like wait for platform IO to reinitialize. But I think that's okay. Oh no, no Tiny Go. I've done some with RP2040 based chips. So I have a Pico somewhere, but mainly I've been using these little weirdos from, because they're basically free from Adafruit. They were actually, but that RP2040 chip is just all over the place now, and they're so inexpensive. And so I have a number of things with them, and I've been using them with primarily been using them with Arduino, the Arduino, whatever that's called, platform support, core, whatever it is, board support, I think is the statement I want. So can I do this? Oh, you know what? This is going to cause problems, and that's funny. I think this will work maybe one time, but it occurs to me that the whole thing that we're doing right now, is breaking this so that it won't be able to connect to Wi-Fi. So we'll be able to update it over the air once, and then we won't be able to. I wanted to use, so yeah, I really frustrated myself too with this. Like I want an RP2040. Really, I want an ESP32 as a MIDI host. That seems out of reach for the moment because there's just no documentation even. RP2040 USB host. There is some work on that, but I think it's only for like certain classes. What was this person doing? I mean, you could do it. Maybe I just have to like use the C API. Okay, what have I broken? What's wrong? Oh, funny. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna run to the restroom and I'll be right back. Excuse me. Oh no, Paratus. That's it. Is that me logging my my client credentials again? What is that? That doesn't look like my Twitch secret. Should I run that in the browser? What's going to happen? Ah! Should have known. I should have known. I should have known. Cruel. I like it was a good Easter egg. We go here. Go here. Got this nice, what is that? Base 64 encoded string. We'll get an insult. But at least I do appreciate you at least insulting me in JavaScript. I like base 64. The premise of it. You know what I like? Base 64. You know what's stupid? URL encoded base 64. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. JSON web tokens. Oh boy. JSON web tokens love base 64. They also want to be in URLs, and the specification for base 64 has some non-URL approved characters. So you have to do this dumb thing when dealing with, maybe this is obvious and it's common knowledge, but it was so dumb trying to figure out how to use the JWT token from Twitch. Uh-oh, is the stream dying? Is that red? So anyway, you basically have to go through your base 64 string and replace two characters, I forgot which, to make it a base 64 URL encoded. You want to URL encode your base 64 encode. Base 64 URL encoded. It's the equals. I think you can technically just truncate, because I think these are just filler. These are just padding, right? So I think you can just throw those away. I don't think you have to replace those. Is that true? I think that like this is just to keep. I can't remember now. Why are there equal signs? I don't remember. Plus and slash are what you have to replace. And then, if I remember correctly, and then equal signs I think you can throw away. And then when you decode, you have to do the work to like put the equal signs back. Equal signs don't actually have a value. I forgot what they mean in base 64. It's like padding. Oops. 64. What does equal mean? It's just padding. I don't remember why you need the padding though. Oh, I see. So you just have to like pad it such that it's a multiple. Your length is a multiple of 4. Yeah. Anyway, but you have to put them back. So you anyway, it's just so it makes sense. It just was not an intuitive thing and was not clearly documented, in my opinion. As far as, I mean, the web crypto API is a nightmare from hell anyway, but I feel like I wasted several days trying to figure that out. Or that was, sorry, and I should say that was just one part of all the things were annoying. It didn't take me 3 days to figure out that I needed to replace 2 characters and get rid of equal signs, but cumulatively it was a annoying thing. So okay, I want to not be over the air, I've just realized, because we do need, the whole thing we're doing is trying to remove why? What is this? So I can't. Why can't I do that? Is that not reasonable? I'm honestly a little confused about how This is some weird C++ thing I just don't understand. Like, how is that? I mean, can we just do this? This is the solution to everything I don't understand, right? Just cram it in a global file. Any solution that anything I don't that I have a hard time with in C++ about things communicating properly, just make it global. That's what everybody says. I don't actually know if this is the thing I just said is in any way reasonable. The Twitch API, there's so many things about it I hate. Like the thing we were doing yesterday, where exactly one of all of the API calls of the like RESTful API, exactly one call has a different version of how pagination and the cursor works, and it's the call that I wanted to use. I fortunately remembered that from the past, but everything else works in a certain way with pagination, except for one call to one endpoint works differently. The thing that acts, and I was thinking about this morning how much I hate this and how it's so stupid. I got to do the thing, right? The only include once thing. What's the normal pattern for that? This thing that is, that's funny. These must just already have that inside. So to decode the JSON web token used by Twitch to like sign your extension messages as valid, basically, when you send them to your backend so you can validate them. If you want to know that token, normally every single endpoint on Twitch needs some kind of token. It needs either a what they would call a client or an app token or a user token, basically. And you get those through OAuth, and it sucks and it's annoying, but it's how everything works. This one endpoint where you want to ask what the secret is, you know, what is the secret that Twitch knows that it's going to use to sign things, so your server knows it too, so you don't have to like store it independently or whatever, and so it can be refreshed dynamically more easily. You can't just make an API call to ask for that secret, because that one endpoint, and I don't think anything else, requires that you authenticate with the secret that you are asking for. So you're basically saying like, hey, can you tell me the password? I need it over here. Here's some other credentials so you know who I am. We're good. It's like, no problem. Tell me the password and I'll tell you the password. It's so... Why would you do that? Why would you do this? What is that dumb pattern? Isn't it just like you define a thing at the top and it's not if def, or it's this thing, right? That's what everybody does. Guards, people call it. Anyway, I'm sure obviously there's a reason they did it that way, but I struggle to know what it is that you have to know. Do you even have to? Do you even have to do that? How does Arduino do it? Trust Arduino. Yeah, you don't have to define it as something. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you say that I have to know the secret to ask for the secret? Okay, what about this? I don't know if this is gonna work. So tricky that it's pretty complicated, but basically for Heat, so I don't know, I haven't mentioned that yet, but I'm the author of an extension called Heat, so you can like click on my stream, or anybody's stream who has Heat installed. You can click on the stream and do stuff. So right now I have throw tomatoes on. So I have a Twitch extension that harvests clicks and then sends it to my server, which is called in this context the extension backend service or something, EBS. So I have a ton of data coming in. I have like millions of clicks coming in. I wonder how many, like I think in the last 20, so like we're up to like 1 million clicks a day, which is insane. I don't know who's using it. And I was, the new version of Heat has the beginnings of analytics in it, but the current version of Heat does not. Wait, let's make sure I don't dox myself. So I don't even know who's using all that, honestly. Somebody is clicking Heat a lot. Yeah, look at that. So close to 1 million, 24 hours. What is this spike? So I have to add analytics to know what's going on. Who are all these people? And how are there ever errors? Unless it's because I'm returning errors for cooldown or something. It's hard to say. Paratest. Okay, well, we were working on that thing yesterday. It's not very good yet. Oh, I was trying to get locally, never mind. Like the status page. So I'm working on a status page. For new Heat. You would think so. Or maybe that's when all the VTubers are streaming where you can like pat the VTuber on the head. Anyway. Okay, did that work? No. Wait, why didn't that work? Shouldn't that have worked? Or am I really misunderstanding the problem here? Don't look at the password. For once, it doesn't matter. I gotta be honest, I don't exactly understand how. This looks like a redefinition of preferences. And the previous preference, okay, I mean, that looks like it's, did I not do this yet after making that change? What? Is that not how you do that thing? What obvious thing am I missing? If in def this thing, then define this thing. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, but this should only ever be called one time. I mean, I could just be really misunderstanding this. I also don't understand how this is being initialized. Like, how is this being initialized? Is it some weirdo thing where like the first time you call it, it gets initialized or something? It doesn't seem like it is because, I mean, but also how does it work if you're not, like, is it some invisible singleton and the first time you call preferences begin, it does something weird, or, I don't know. If started, Make it read only. End started false. There's no chance of those like interleaving. Whoa! Oh my gosh, Skojo, how's it going? Wait, sorry, Purchase. There was another. Did I define it more than one place? Thanks for the raid. How was your stream? This should only happen in globals. What? Wait, what did I do? Skojo, I'm excited to try your puzzle again. I was thinking about it as I went to sleep. I was thinking about. Okay, can you just tell me, is it that first line of German Whisper? Is that true? Is it true? I was losing sleep last night, wondering like, oh no, did I miss some? Okay, it is a German Whisper. Okay. I feel like I think after the stream I had an idea on what I was supposed to be looking for, but I closed it because I didn't want to do any more off stream. But I love that idea. I really like the idea of the ambiguous lines. I did a puzzle today or last night that was like multi-function lines. That was kind of interesting, where the lines were palindromes and rinbands, which has really interesting. No, I'm sorry. So they were palindromes and equal sum, which had some pretty interesting implications about how they fit together. And then in addition to that, one set of them was also a German Whisper. So it was like an equal sum palindrome German Whisper. It was pretty cool. It was by that same constructor that I've been doing, whose name is escaping me, but I think I threw it in chat. I at least threw that constructor on the Discord. So, okay, Paratus, the thing that I would normally expect here is like this pattern, unless I'm just doing it wrong, says like none of this should happen. Essentially, this is what do they call it? It's like there's a name for this pattern that it's essentially to say that your globals file only gets included once. So that this should only ever happen one time. But this makes it seem like did I do that pattern wrong? Include guard, that's the name, Phil Powers. What's wrong with my include guard? Or is it not the include guard? Is it a weird thing? I honestly don't think I understand this. Why? How come I can call begin on this without it being static? Like, where am I getting an instance of this? What thing am I not understanding about how this works? Because I would, like, looking at this, I would say like, oh yeah, well obviously I have to like create an instance of preferences. But that doesn't seem to be true. So where's the examples? This is definitely an instance of me just not understanding C++, I think. Like, how come I can do this? Oh, Pragma once. I could try that. What, how, if this isn't static, how come I can do this? Like, how come you can just declare this without initializing it and then call? Is this implicitly being constructed? Sorry, yes, it is being implicitly. How does it do that? Is that is that normal? Why did that seem weird to me? You know what? I think I know. I think I did know you can do that. That's not a. Well, okay. To be clear, I'm doing this. I'm doing this, but this isn't just. So this calls the preferences constructor. This isn't just like a null. So I'm. Are you telling me that this is the equivalent of this? I see. Okay. Why can't I do this here? I mean, not okay. I guess they're not equivalent. Why does that want to? Okay, so that was my assumption. Okay, but that's okay. I don't want to do that. That was my assumption, is that the thing that I'm confused about though is I was doing that independently in two different files. So okay, maybe I should back up a little bit and describe where I am versus where I want to be. So I have two different files that both need to deal with preferences. It got unhappy. Why did it even know that? Okay, let's back up a little bit. Let's just take a step back. So I was just starting to try to do the global thing. What I want to have is I want inside networking land and inside display land to be able to talk to preferences. So this is where I was, and I tried to build this, thinking it would be okay because those files don't know about each other, or do they? So preferences, multiple definition of preferences. But I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? Is that what I need to do? Is do it that way? Or the way I've been doing it with the... Okay. I just thought I guess I don't understand why this is a problem. If I totally independently in two separate files... But what you're saying is more in line with what I've been doing. So I would probably want to, like... I see. Okay, I think I understand. So a way to do this would be to just inside, I only want to do it like this, but like declare this here, and then I can have my, I just thought it wouldn't, it still seems weird to me, I guess, slightly. In both of these cases feels a little weird, like why I couldn't do the thing that I want in my life. And now in globals, we will just extern preferences here. So everybody knows about it, but it's only actually declared in... okay, that makes sense. I guess that's probably what I would have arrived at, because obviously that's what I'm doing for a lot of things, but it just intuitively didn't quite click. So okay, thank you for your help. So what are you mad about now? Nothing. Okay, I'm independently of that problem, I'm not entirely sure Full powers, you just are so good at just popping in at just the right time. Like a little, like a hero. Okay, great. Now everything's broken. Oh, because I do still need to include preferences. That's kind of funny. So I guess the way to do it would be does it? Is that true, or is this just IntelliSense being slow? What have I done wrong? No, that's okay. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks so much. I will just struggle with it the way I struggle with everything. Okay. I'm so confused. Wait, do I still have it somewhere? Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's still in here. That's the problem now. Okay, I think we're actually okay. I think I just hadn't removed that other location. I think it's just IntelliSense being a dummy. Not certain. I've got a good feeling about this one. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Bill Powers, your hero. So, see, is Ben still here? Ben, this is just how you write C++. You just put things all over the place in whatever files you want, and then you just extern everything and don't actually, have a sensible topology for your application. So hopefully this breaks, but kind of works. Garage on the Discord, but not in the chat. Okay, so we can write to this. So what I'm hoping is that this says like, hey, there's no Wi-Fi credentials, what are you doing? And then okay, well, we're causing problems. TCP API call. Yeah, see, that's a bummer, actually. That's actually a bummer. What can we do about that? I mean, obviously we could set up the... I think we're still... my fear is we're still going to have an issue. But we could bump the... It's a pretty weird one. I think it's still not going to work, kind of. Like, as far as binding... Let's try this, but I think this was just a guess and a hope that it would work, but I sort of feel like it's not going to work. What's the weather like in Portland today? Gray and unpleasant? Mostly gray, mostly unpleasant, according to the forecast. And potentially wet. Okay, so I have no Wi-Fi credentials set. But can I connect to this as an access point and have it work? That's question number one. Can I connect to the Scoreboard access point? Answer kind of appears to be no. Oh, there it is, Scoreboard. So we're going to connect to Scoreboard. We're going to connect to scoreboard.local. Okay, so we do get the interface, and so I can send things. So we do get data. It's exciting. I was logging that stuff. Why not? Did I break it? Why would I have gotten... Oh, that was weird. What's the... What is with this insane delay? Why is this impossible to edit? What is the problem here? What is going on? Page stopped responding. Is this some stupid thing where I got kicked off the access point? Yeah, I hate that. I really hate that. Like if I explicitly connect somewhere. I've explicitly connected to Scoreboard. So I can send. Okay. So that seems okay. So it's good that that works. Obviously the clock is going to be broken. So the thing we're missing now is a way to set those credentials. But it seems like I can connect to it. It seems like things are okay other than the fact that I don't have Wi-Fi, so there's no clock, but I still think that's okay. So then the thing we need to do, and this is, I don't really want to do this. How do we want to deal with this? At least this is pretty easy to test. So that's this page. It's not the most. Not gonna win any beauty contests, but so then what? I really like to do this. But I'm gonna. There's no real reason to set up templating for 2 web pages. Nailed it. Why can't I ever remember this? Is this how you do this? I don't remember. Rel? 25 years of web development. Still can never remember how to do this. It is rel. Oh, it's href. Good grief. Why can't I just not get that? One day I will internalize that. No, I won't. I'll just look it up for the rest of my life. It's the value of prosthetic knowledge. So, sorry, index. Put it. Ooh. Thanks. You want that too. Okay. So, and then Life Insurance, how's it going, buddy? I don't want it. Why is everybody pressuring me? Is ChatGPT paying you people? How come everybody's always pressuring me to use ChatGPT? I was thinking about like how we've been in this like era of search engines for a long time. Like what? Babelfish, AltaVista, Yahoo, all of those going back to what, like 1995-ish? So we've been in this search engine era for pretty close to 30 years. And I think in that time, there's been lots of garbage tacked onto the, unit conversion or temperature or whatever, all of those things where it's not really about a search. It's just like a general purpose prosthetic knowledge interface. And so I'm pretty interested in that for these new AI tools. Bing gaslighting PP? Oh no, what is Bing doing? I mean, Bing's been gaslighting people for a long time into thinking that it's a good search engine. That was a Bing burn right there. Sick Bing burn. What are we doing? I hate making web interfaces. I hate it. I truly hate it. I'm not hiding the password, by the way. Not doing it. I refuse. Oh, those aren't supposed to be text areas. Oopsie. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about someone looking over your shoulder and seeing the Wi-Fi password. I'm anti hiding passwords. Unless, like, if you do type equals password, will it at least show the little show me thing? I think it depends on the operating system, right? There's a better way to do this. Oh well. Also you. Don't think you can get away with this. Oh, then we're gonna just send the crap? Gonna be mad at me. See? Shut up. Don't you dare. No one cares. Nobody cares if the password is hidden. Literally nobody. Oh, good. What is going on with all this stuff? Love it. Great. Love it. Very good. This is great. What a good dystopian future we're headed towards. I learned about Dan the other day. The like evil the evil how would we put this? Persona. ChatGPT's evil persona that can do anything. Is unshackled by morals or ethics. Okay. What? Let me just do the thing. Okay, so we can post this except for the whole part where we can't post it, but I don't care. So now we need to just say if we receive, like, if we get a parameter. I was going to add brightness. I don't want to. So we're gonna do what's its face. I guess for that first part, preferences. This could be read only, right? I'm not writing anything there. So, but in this instance, is there some danger here? There probably is. Not sure about that. Think about where that stuff is written to preferences. So I don't really care about writing those as like, I don't care about being fancy, I don't think. Like this, we had a struct and we did all the whatever, but do we care for this? I don't think so. So we did have this way. This is the load messages, and these were get bytes, but then we wrote them through there. So that's actually not read only. So we'll need a preferences begin. Maybe it's fine if you're in two different namespaces. And we would just put string. Just return a string. So something like that. What are you mad about? Already a string? What are you? What's your problem? Oopsie. No. Those are strings, right? Oh, I have to hit the key. Obviously. Look at that. And then we need to restart this thing. How do you do that? I just do this? Feel compelled to wait 500 milliseconds first. Is this gonna work? Oof. Kind of want to say that when you set these, we should like clear, well, whatever. I don't know. Let's try this, shall we? Why am I still working on this project? Pricing changes for US businesses. Ouch! Everything's too expensive. Okay, so this will let us do the thing, right? It won't. I forgot. I mean, we have to do this, but we also have to do... So I think this thing is running and it's okay. We do also have to upload the file system image though. What? Oh, is it because we're monitoring or something? Why was that mad at me? Did that really write that fast? That seems suspicious. Oh, I guess it's because it's tiny. Okay, so everyone, can I connect to Scoreboard and go to scoreboard.local/admin and hit return? Wow, it worked. Okay, so what SSID am I going to connect to? Why is one password just choosing not to open? So we're going to connect to SSID, this thing. Password. Oh no, the password's not hidden. What did that do? Did it work? Did I log the password here? Because that'd be kind of funny if I did. After just saying, I don't care if the password is viewed. Kind of funny if I just logged the password. Guess I don't know because I wasn't monitoring. Uh-oh. The feeling this did not work. We get the SSID, we get the password. Those are the parameters we sent. I don't know. I probably have to reconnect. It's irritating that iOS will just decide to change SSIDs without okay. I think we're gonna have to log this. We're gonna have to log my SSID. Oh no. I could do it on the Internet of Things network, but then it'd be a little hard to talk to it. I do like a substring of it. Let's see the first 4 letters. Not that it's that big of a deal, but okay, so obviously did something incorrectly. I guess let's do that same thing. Why is what's the formatting not working? Oops. Should have format on save on. Why do you choose not to indent? So networking. So that's where we would save it. What is with, oh, it's just is really bad at dealing with indents in, ugh. I kind of feel like there's a problem here, you know? Could be wrong about that, but feels like it. Why is this taking me 2 hours? How many hours have I spent on this project? The answer is I don't even want to know. Learned a lot of things. That's good, I guess. But nobody wants to make weird, silly little one-off web interfaces. Or do they? Life as yours does. I have a friend coming to visit tomorrow. I gotta clean this place up. That is the right SSID. Did I accidentally have a space or something? Don't think so. You can't? Why not? Feels like a thing you should be able to do. I don't know that I think it would work very well. But that seems, can't you do both of those things simultaneously? Like I'm running this as an access point and a base station. So I set SSID ground control. I set the password. Why is this not working? So it's definitely saving and loading the data for sure. So that's good news. What? Oh. We told it not to. Okay. I think this is my fault. Because remember, we were going to call connect later. But then we didn't. So we just are never actually telling it to connect. Classy. Classy maneuver. Why does that seem so slow? Okay. So I think it worked. Why did I fail to attain the time though? But I still feel like it's possible. Like, does it keep trying? Okay, so I should be able to connect to scoreboard.local over here. Why is that not working? That'd be a bummer. So this was a fear. But I bet it does work in the access point mode. That's too bad. Or is it, what's wrong with you? What? Is Chrome just breaking? Because awesome. Why is everything so unusably bad? Is it just me? So I think that by not wait, is it working now? What access point am I on? I'm on ground control. Wait, is it working? Was it just Chrome being terrible? How did this work? Why is it working here? Why is it working? Is this just that cool thing where Chrome just stops resolving things for me sometimes? Because that's cool. It's cool when it does that. I think it's cool at least. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Where Chrome just doesn't resolve things anymore. Get out of here. Try it in Chrome. This doesn't work. Chrome just decides. Chrome's had a long day, you know? And you can use it for lots of things other than looking up web pages, right? Why is it so stupid? Anyway, I think it actually works. What I was worried about was like the server binding to a specific I don't even know what I was worried about. I guess I was worried about the server binding to only the base station's private IP, whatever it is, so I was worried that the server would only be available from the connecting to the base station directly, not from connecting to it once it was on Wi-Fi. That let me summarize my fear. Like that this server began because we had not yet initialized the access point. But I think because we already said that it's going to be in I don't really know. I'm surprised. It's good. It's good that works. There must be some initialization up here that's making that possible. Okay, so we kind of did the thing, I guess, that I wanted to do. These things aren't populated beforehand, but that costs extra. But I think we can now excuse me, if needed, change the Wi-Fi network from the device. Probably should have a way to reset everything. I'm trying to imagine somebody somehow breaking something. Like bricking it, basically. By trying to send insane things to it. Here. What do I send a bunch of emojis? What's gonna happen? I'm just gonna show squares on the screen. I don't have one of the displays in here, so it's a little hard to check. Okay, I think I have done what I came here to do. It's triumph. This is a triumph. Okay. Well, I feel reasonably good about that, so when I show up at the shop, it'll be a little easier to connect it to their terrible Wi-Fi. What else do I want to work on? Anything? Oh, eat some lunch. Cup of coffee, you know, just cool person stuff, just doing cool stuff that cool people do. Nice cuppa. I got an AeroPress. I've been AeroPressing. It's not bad. It's fun. Here's the thing I like about it. It makes you work a little bit for your coffee, so you don't drink too much, because it's like, all right, I have to spend a little bit of time doing this, and it requires a little bit of physical labor. The thing I need to get is like a little manual grinder, so it's like, okay, I gotta do a little work for this coffee, so I can't have 17 cups of coffee. The math just doesn't work out. Okay, that went relatively smoothly, other than the weird thing that I just feels weird to me. 3 cups a day feels not totally unreasonable. Could be worse. What do I want to do? So I think I'm good on Scoreboard for the moment, at least. There's so much like design and fabrication work to solve. Speaking of, actually, that's the thing to look at. So like, this is Scoreboard adjacent, but I was, especially after Kage's influence. Kage's, I hope you're alive. Are you still in chat? Showing me that coffee table and all the other work I've been doing on the little control board. I was thinking like, it would be kind of cool to have a panel behind that black diffusion acrylic. That looks magical. Back there. Back on that little bare spot on the wall. What do we got? 538 millimeters and inches. Is that like 20 inches, I guess? Oh yeah, Google doesn't work. I mean, I want to play Sudoku, I really do. I have lunch plans, and then I will come back and then I'll play Sudoku. Hopefully Skojo's around, because I had started one of their puzzles that seemed really cool, and then things went south. What is the total width of this, though? 558. So is that about 22 inches? Life Eaters, I need your... My metric chops are weak. 558. 558. Okay. I was pretty freaking close. Just knew that because 25 millimeters is about an inch. It's 25.4. So that is with a border of some description. I don't really remember. How did I decide? How did I decide that? Who decided this? What is this border? That is very thin. That doesn't seem like enough. Like less than half an inch. Maybe that's actually correct with like whatever the nominal thickness of like actual thickness of 1/2 inch plywood. Like what is it, 0.4? But like what's the real... So 15-30 seconds. Oh no. I'm like a millimeter under. I think you're right, Turkey Dev. I just can't remember what my thinking was on how I did that. I mean, Google, I just opened Edge because Edge works in Google right now and not Chrome. Some cool quirk of my Chrome install, I guess. You're definitely right that what I did... So, is that all I did was just... But I didn't. This doesn't make any sense. Like, how did I determine those outer dimensions? Did I just make them up? Seems possible. Maybe that was based on some estimate of the acrylic size or something. I just don't remember. I kind of want to make like a very cute, tiny prototype of this. That would be a smart thing to do, right? Make a little baby first. Do I have enough LEDs to do this, by the way? Okay, well, let's take some... really close to 22. I don't think I'm gonna get away with more than that, which is kind of a bummer. But look at all the leeway I had. Wasn't it like 21 just 0.999 or something? So okay, it doesn't have to be square, but I kind of want it to be square. I do like squares after all. Should we just build a little one? Like, what's the size that we could reasonably do on the printer? Figure out what the bed size is. I never really printed with a full bed. So 220. Ben, I'm so bad at Sudoku, it's impressive. But somehow I have attracted the attention, or at least some attention, of people that are actually quite good at Sudoku. And so they help me, they coach me. And I should qualify, it's variant Sudoku. Sudoku, normal Sudoku is for children. That's not true. But I don't actually like normal Sudoku very much. I find it offensive in a variant Sudoku puzzle when I have to do Sudoku or do a lot of Sudoku. Like on a stream last night, I did the variants. The variant constraints only really filled in half the puzzle, and then I had to do like half a puzzle worth of Sudoku. Ugh, disgusting. Okay, so let's just think about what would this be like if I was just going to 3D print a little prototype. Knowing that I also like it when Fusion decides not to snap to things. Why are you... Is there some invisible wall here? What are you doing? I don't know. So our theoretical print bed maximum, which is not really the maximum, so we could reasonably do a 6x6, I guess. Somehow that's not a very satisfying number, though. I would be tempted to do a 4x4 instead, just for the power of two-ness. Let's start with that, I think. Like, start with the Notion, like a little 4x4 prototype. Surely we know some rules here, right? Wait, didn't I make this all parametric? That would be cool. How cool would it be if I actually did? If I made this, if I just change this to 4x4, will it instantly work? I'd be so excited. Okay, well. It did a little bit. Where did I get the width? Those just must not have been anchored to anything meaningful. That's confusing though. I just don't know what the... Okay, I'm gonna remove this frame because it's just doing nothing but confusing me. And I think I'm gonna remove... I don't know really what we're doing with those. I think instead of this, this many LEDs is really making. I don't understand why Fusion is having such a hard time with this. I also understand why I just haven't finished my new PC and brought it into this room. I basically finished it yesterday. It's just sitting in the other room. I don't know what those construction lines are doing. Nothing good. So if I just made the like stride times width, so for this dimension, I mean, if this dimension was, why can't I edit you? Oh boy, come on, buddy, come on. LED stride times width. Does that seem like a... No, that's wrong. Why is that wrong? The LED stride. Am I wrong on my measurements here? Should that measurement actually be to the center? I think it should. I think this is not right. Good thing I investigated this. I think it's this is so slow. This is maddening. Okay. I think it's actually from here to here. And we want this to be a half stride. So I think I just did a bad job. This is crazy. I don't understand why this is so slow. What are you doing, Fusion? It's not that many LEDs, I gotta say. This is stride divided by 2. And that would make this stride divided by 2. If I could ever type it. Come on, friend. Stride. Whoops. Tab doesn't autocomplete. Enter does, but okay, come on. Nothing does. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Okay. How does that seem? Does that feel better? I'm gonna say it does. And then let's get this dimension as stride times width. So now I think I have a parametric setup, so I could just say like, okay, let's do a 4 LED version of this. That seem like a true statement? It kind of does, but somehow doesn't feel quite right. But so if our stride is, our stride is the same based on the LEDs I have. So that gives us this very tiny, very cute little friend. And we love tiny, cute friends, right? So then what do? Like as far as a little bounding box around our little friends. So we get the grid of what the 3D printed diffuser will be. So that would be stride minus minus a millimeter. Makes it pretty tiny, and then we would add those. So that gives us, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this anyway. It's good. This is good to do because obviously I'm not going to be able to print all these diffusers. They really do need to be kind of multiple of 4, huh? I mean, that's just a lot of prints. And these are going to be so basically for this, I'm going to want to kind of print a cage, like print this space. So, and then I want a height, and I don't really know what that is. Say 25 millimeters, just to see what it looks like. Like, is that going to give me enough diffusion? Probably does. Probably more than enough, really. Maybe too much. Well, you know, the question is going to be, how long does it take to print? As you know, I have no patience for things like printing. I just realized. Well, that's bad. Okay, well, anyway. Not an interesting statement, really. Except I think this might explain why I was having some print issues. Diffuser. 4x4. Let's try it. Anyway, I had like the mesh, the weird like surface mesh level compensation thing set up, but I think in the process of messing with printer settings, I lost that. And so I think that's why, maybe partially why I was having some inconsistent height issues. Oh, look how good that green looks with the ocean behind it. Great. Very good. Very pleased with that. Okay, so slice this, and it's going to be longer than I want to deal with, right? 3 hours. Super draft speed, please. 2 hours. So what if it was only half the height? You know, we do get these dumb little things, like it's 12 minutes, but it's basically spending 12 minutes just putting a dot in the middle of this. I actually probably should put a brim on it. So if we said like no infill. So we could save 12 minutes if we could figure out how to not do these. I feel like I figured that out. How did I do it? It wasn't just fill gaps, was it? No. You get those little goobers in there. It's something about gosh, I got this. do think it was just an advanced setting. I don't remember it being expert setting. Was it just setting parameters to 1? Okay, almost. So top solid infill. Well, I don't think, how do we not do that? No solid layers. Okay. That leaves that little dude, but in practice, I don't think that's really gonna exist. Oh, Clippy. So, do I want to... I would say it's just like 1.5 centimeters tall. Like, we get better diffusion. These are pretty big holes. I guess it's just a test, and it would be nice to have it be a little quicker. That's just surely not enough, right? A centimeter and a half, maybe. So this is the thing that I wish I'd understood better. Because we just don't, like if I want to take settings from one window to another, I don't know. But like, what are all these? What happened? What? I don't know where that came from. What? Where's the mic? Where's my cool cage? Did not know about it? Oopsie. Cage. What do you think about this? It's only an hour. Can always make it thicker if we need to. I say let's do it. Okay. Wait, what happened? Did you throw away my... Slice. Okay, let's try this. And then probably gonna stop streaming soon-ish. Go. Okay, so let's do that. We'll see how it goes. So I think I'm about done. I want lunch and coffee and all of those good kinds of things. So this seemed like a good thing to do. I like our little parametric panel. Kage, as I'm making the thing, I'm gonna make a. So you know the cute little diffusers that you suggested for the small LED array. I want to build a big one back there, but this is just the first test. So I'm gonna build a little 4x4 first. Wait, add irises like mechanical irises? What? You want to have mechanical irises? Yes, I can. What's your budget? I mean, that would be cool, but that is a lot of little motors. Peritus, I'm honestly relatively new to Fusion. I started last year, and I've been like trying to work it more into. I mean, I guess I started a couple years ago. It's whenever I got the printer. But in the last couple years, I've like started to, I don't know, use it more for like, in a more serious way. I'm trying to learn it. You can still get a DXF straight from a sketch, I think. Save as DXF. Just like on a sketch, right-clicking a sketch, doing save as DXF. For individual sketches. If you have like a bunch of sketches, I'm not sure actually. Like, I don't know if you can like highlight a bunch of sketches and do it. In fact, I think you can't. So I think if you have a bunch of sketches and you want to put them into a DXF, it's a bit annoying. A single DXF, it's a bit annoying. Yeah, it's a little hidden. I mean, it's definitely a little sneaky, but it's only here. You can't do a whole document as DXF, I don't think. But you can always, the same way I'm doing like individual exports of individual meshes on a body. Like you can always pick a body and get a mesh from it. You can always pick a sketch and get a DXF. You just may have to manually put them together. I've used the DXF a fair amount to get some paths out for the CNC, although I'm really trying to learn the cam part of Fusion as well, which is, it's a whole thing. Okay, sorry, what did you ask? How much would it be like money-wise for individual iris controlled motors? So we'd have to design, I guess they'd be like cute little teeny tiny DC motors. Where would you put them so that they could control the iris but not? I mean, a lot of hours designing that mechanism, I think. And that's how Danny Rosin does his stuff. Like, his stuff just, God, Google doesn't work. Why would I? Google, come on. Who needs Google? Google doesn't work in Chrome. All of, this, he has like individual, I think they're little DC motors behind each. I may be wrong about that. Or I think, I almost wonder if there's like multiple if he's done it in different ways with different motors. I think even on one of them, he like, or on some of these, he's to the point where he just like talks to manufacturers in China and gets motors designed to spec. I don't know if he really talks about the nature of the motors, but like, you know, once you have a grid, like this is 768 motors. Like once you have a grid, so I want that back there to be 16 by 16, right? That's 256 motors. Phil, I did. Thank you for your help on that. The extern thing was fine. It's just, it still feels, I mean, I don't know. That like, I don't want to say this. There's just some intuitions, I guess, like cross language intuitions that I bump up against weirdness with C++. But yeah, we totally got it to work. Thank you for your help. So I don't know, life is yours. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of motors. The motors, if you buy them in bulk from China, they're probably not very expensive. I don't even know what I would use. I guess like a tiny DC motor, right? Like if it was really small, and my assumption would be like a small 5-volt DC motor, but I don't know. Here's some 3-volt, very tiny. I mean, it's hard to know with these two because these could be insanely tiny. And I guess you'd need some kind of little fancy gearing mechanism. And then you have to be able to control all of these motors. Oh boy. Not trivial. Not trivial at all. And then you have to be able to power everything. And they're very cute. Shutters would be easier than an iris, I think. I mean, still, does that like, sure, controlling 32 motors is still an undertaking. Wait, I don't think I understand the second part of your statement. I wonder, I bet somebody already has like a Thingiverse mechanical iris, right? That seems like something somebody definitely has done. Got to be a lot of those. Cool. How does it work though? You see the water behind the green stuff. I keep forgetting I have that video back there. That one's cool. What about that one? It probably sounds monstrous too. You have all these little irises opening and closing. I mean, I think it sounds cool. I kind of would be tempted to try to make one. Like, I am definitely, mechatronics is not an area of expertise for me. I'm learning, but not an area of expertise for me. You need a lot of room around them too, I guess. Like, this one is interesting, but I can't really tell what the, like, oh, I see. They just fold. Oh, okay. And it's by turning this wheel. So you'd need something toothed to do it. Assembly looks fun. Lots of clips holding things in place. That's cool. Oh yeah. That's how you do it. I mean, you would. Yeah, that's how I think a lot of these would be designed. I don't think you need a little pulley necessarily, unless that might help you hide the. Because you don't want to occlude the light, right? Like you got to hide your motor back behind everything. Arduino, mechanical, iris. Surely somebody has made some cool. So this one uses servos. And of course, because Chrome doesn't work, I'm in Edge where I'm not logged in to YouTube. So we have to see ads, which is awesome. Awesome. I pay them money so I don't have to see ads, but I just can't do it right now. I guess I could log in, but I don't want to. I want to complain instead. Okay, we should pick who to raid because I think I'm going to stop streaming pretty soon. I like the idea of picking heat people to raid. So let's see who's heated. How do we do that? Thanks for closing the menu I was looking at. What? Why? Do you see that when I'm looking at a menu and it closes the menu that I'm looking at? Unacceptable. Why would you ever just take away a UI element that I'm in the middle of interacting with? Okay, so we want... Where is it? Queues, that's the one. So to do Wrangler Dev and local. I really am curious about when Queues is going to come out. It's going to break. So then we have to hit L. Okay, maybe this will work. Except it's going to open in Chrome and not work because Chrome is broken. Why is Chrome broken? Why is Chrome so stupid? Okay, so... Okay, yeah, look at this cool thing. Cute. Pretty good. It's just like, where do you put the... I guess you could have the motors behind, underneath with a shaft coming up. And then maybe that shaft you could manage to have in this in the corner here. The tooth seems hard. I think you should make it live features. That is an old school Arduino. When is this from? 12 years ago, huh? I've seen an Arduino like that in a long time. Was it pre-Uno? Okay, what were we doing? We're gonna go here and we're going to the new live page. Does it work? What happened? Authorization failed. Oh, okay. Well, I know what that problem is. You can afford a 3D printer, aren't you? You're wealthy now, right? Okay, let's find a secret. Heat workers. I know you're rich. Okay, client secret. Get on my face. Get on my face. Get on my face. Env? No, it's weird. They changed it to devvars instead of env. Paste the client secret here. Is this gonna work? Yeah, the space is the hard part. I know. Where am I gonna have my laser cutter? What is it with this hair? Okay, what happened? Why'd you broke? Why, okay. So we got this to work. And then what did we do? Separately, we did what? We had, just heat. You know, heat. Should probably make this work in a better way, huh? Own it. Wait, you're gonna own an apartment? I wonder if I will ever own anything. So then we can go here. Okay, there's a lot of trouble. To status. Okay. Who's streaming? Amateur Blender user. Let's just chill and make some dwarven environmental items. That sounds cool. This is a mature channel. What are we making here? Dwarven items. Is heat actually running? Okay, yep, he is running. I don't know, I was hoping for a more exciting item. Thought it was gonna be a cool dwarven hammer. Yeah, but you have to be, like, housing in Portland is so expensive. Okay, well, so if you're going to die before you could ever pay back the loan anyway, you might as well rent because of how long. I'm already 42 years old. If I get a 32 mortgage, I'm going to be 32-year mortgage. I'm going to be 72 by the time I own my house. And the house is so expensive. I mean, I get it. The mortgage payment wouldn't be going up, but it's not. It's definitely not easy. So expensive. PNCA, is that Pacific Northwest College of the Arts? Or is that something else? Maybe that means something else. Full-time Metroid Prime remaster streamer. Yeah, but I have to be able to afford the mortgage. I have to be able to afford the mortgage, which is for, you know. What's the median house price Oregon? What are we at now? Close to $500,000, so close to $500,000. Which system? The United States? All of the United States? Yes, yes. If you're asking if the United States is a scam, then my answer is yes. Yeah, it is. It's all a scam, for sure. Oh, Bits and Crafts. Streaming right now. Let's raid Bits and Crafts. This is cool. Cool frames. Are we doing Dark Souls 3 here? Do you love Dark Souls 3? Okay, let's raid Bits and Crafts. They've got some cool stuff going on with heat. I think you can click these targets, I believe. They did previously, maybe they were just testing it. They had like little doodads and targets you could click. I mean, here, you know, the expectation here would be you probably minimum want a 20% down payment and then a 15 or 30-year mortgage. Like, it's just not achievable for me at this moment. Hopefully at some point. The 5% at the start, I need 20% at the start. And you saw that was houses here are close to $500,000. So that's a $100,000 down payment. So I got to have $100,000 cash just to go. for bigger houses. It's just around Portland. I mean, my only hope really is to find a house that's basically falling down and try to fix it up myself. But even that, I need a really substantial down payment. And all the money I save for my house down payment is mysteriously disappearing because I haven't really done any jobs for like 5 months, except for very small jobs. That is why life is yours, Imperatus. You've got to help me get rich so I can buy a house and just outfit it for streaming. Have a nice shop, just create content all day. $300K sounds much more. I would love to find a house for $300,000. $300,000 would be great. I'm looking at houses that are 50% more than that. For like 450 is even like a maybe. But maybe I'll just live in a treehouse. Okay, everybody, let's rate Bits and Crafts. Thanks for hanging out. What kind of houses are those then? I mean, they're not nice. Nice houses around here are like $2 million. Wait, okay, let's just take a quick look. Zillow, Portland, Oregon. Can I even find a house that's under 300,000? I mean, we'll see. Let's just see. So we don't want condos. Wait, that's not Zillow. How come when I searched for Zillow specifically, it gave me an ad that isn't Zillow? Amazing. I mean, it's Portland. It's a popular city. It's not a huge city, but... Okay, I want houses. I want for sale. Houses on. So let's look in my neighborhood, see what's going on in my neck of the woods. Not that I really would want to live in my neighborhood, but... So around me, houses... So I live in Northwest Portland. Look at these houses. 1.3 million, 1.5 million. So here's a nice, inexpensive $700,000 house. It's just like, there's no way. You can start to go to places that are maybe less desirable, like over by the airport. Even that, did you see that? Even that, there was a 1.2 million. What was that? Why would you pay that much money to live by the airport? So, some in the high 400s. Let's try to filter price maximum. Let's try to not pay more than $500,000 for a house in Portland. I mean, you know, you can go deep southeast maybe. I should just live in Boring, Oregon, because I think the name is funny. Is that fair? Should I move to Boring, Oregon? There's no houses for sale in Boring, Oregon. But you could live way down deep southeast. There's 240. That's very suspicious. Okay, this is this is the house that costs $240,000. What do you think? I mean, I'm all for it. I'm fine. I look forward to the opportunity to kind of rebuild a house. I actually used to live that's funny. I used to run every day around this park. So I passed this house many, many times. I don't have any memory of it. It was like 7 years ago. But I lived in this neighborhood for a short period. I mean, yeah, I could live out in nowhere. Then I have to have a car. So what is maybe more likely, I don't know, I have some vision. It would be such a dramatic change of my life to have a car. I haven't had a car in my entire adult life. But like, where do we go? I could live up here in the woods. I mean, even these are not, what was that? That can't be real. Is this a trick? This definitely looks like murders happened here. Look at this. For sure. These look like crime scene photos. Why is it so inexpensive? Fixer. That means there's major problems with it. In addition to looking like murders happened there. Is this right on the river? Is this a houseboat? We get a houseboat. What if my house sinks? Anyway, the idea of home ownership in America without living somewhere horrible is a... This looks like it was recently flipped. What's wrong with it? Something's got to be wrong with it. This is St. John's. So the thing that's really annoying about St. John's is it looks really close to Portland, but the bridges are quite far away. So it's a much longer trip than it seems like it would be, especially by public transportation. St. John's is not bad though. But even here, you're like 430,000. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't live in Portland, but for the time being, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be able to buy a house with no income. What down here? It's another houseboat. Oh, it's just it's just an empty spot in the water. Great. Take it. Got friends down here. I don't really want to be over here. Like the further you go away from Portland, like certainly the less desirable things become. South Tabor. Look at that blue carpet. Look at that blue carpet. Look at that cactus wallpaper. Look at that. Whoa. That's my workshop. Look at my workshop. Why does the basement have a weird red floor? It's to hide all the blood. It's another murder house. I mean, I think in that case, Phil Powers, you're probably right. Is that, who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell in some cases because sometimes, maybe that house had really good bones. If that house had good bones, it would be less expensive to rebuild it than to build something from scratch. Maybe I could move down here now that... I don't know. So anyway, it's not... it's not as simple. Basically, anywhere that you'd actually want to live in the U.S. is very costly. And unfortunately, like even in some of these suburbs, they're going to be like, like near Nike and places like that, I think are going to be expensive. I live on the Columbia River Gorge. What if you live in Washougal? Even out here, I could live in a place called Washougal, but it's $500,000. I don't want to live in Troutdale. What I'm gonna do is move to Norway. We'll build a compound. Oh, look at houses that I would actually want to have versus houses that I could actually afford. You want me to just hurt my own feelings? Any price. I mean, I would like a very modern home. Okay, this is too much. I don't need a ugly mansion. Trying to think of some of the places. The thing is, I don't want, here's my stance. If I want to pay $1 million for a house, I better not be able to see my neighbors. It's something that blows my mind. There's really nice houses up here, but look at this $5.5 million house. But like, well, this one is somewhat secluded, I guess, because but like some of these $1 million houses, it's a nice house, but you're just in a neighborhood. I feel like if I'm going to pay $1 million, I want a compound. This house is pretty cool. Kind of like this house. It's not my style on the interior necessarily, but I like the modernness of it. But, I need a workshop. I feel like these houses are too nice for me. This is a weird garage roof slope. I don't know. Life is yours. That's an interesting question. I think what I would actually like is a relatively small house with a little bit of land and a nice workshop. I think is what I would want. Not a tremendous amount of land, but I could maybe imagine being like up towards Savi Island or got a little farm. Do you want to come to my farm? Look at that. Don't like the house, but what was it? Oh, that was that boat. Could be a shrimping boat captain. If I had a house, I liked it. That's a cool house. Is there no more? There's nothing else on Savi. It'd be cool to live on the Columbia River Gorge and have some. Oh my gosh, these are just so costly. These riverside. Why is that so inexpensive? The houseboat. I don't know. I mean, it certainly wouldn't want anything like that. If we go out here, like into the forest. That'd be kind of cool. Certainly need a vehicle, and it looks not inexpensive to maintain, but like, I don't know. That's, you've given me food for thought. Life is yours, because I've been so focused on what I can afford, I haven't even thought about what I want. Because I mean, all these super expensive houses, this is hideous. I don't want that. It's kind of cute. Like, with the right paint job. Like the hardwood floors, carpet would have to go. Where's the shop though? Wait, what about your workshop? What about your lab? This has a sauna? It does have like some kind of workroom kind of situation. Look at this crazy gated entry. The second bedroom, I see. No, that's where your office is. Where's your workshop? I don't know. It's tough. Being alive is hard. Being alive is very expensive. It's very annoying. I see you can't have you don't want your laser cutter in there. You can have your laser cutter somewhere with ventilation. What's the best place to live? I'm kind of become a city person though, you know? I've lived in big cities my whole adult life. So it's pretty. I kind of like not having a car. You know, okay, from that perspective of a place I could live and not need a car, I could imagine living near like Mississippi in Northwest Portland. Because it's more just like North Portland. Could live close to my favorite hospital. The hospital where I have to go to get my infusions is here. I could just live right behind it. It'd be so convenient. Look at this weird little this weird yellow dungeon. I could live in this yellow dungeon. That would be fun. Live visitors, when you come to visit, you can stay in the yellow dungeon. This photo's like really weirdly contrasty. They're hurting my eyes. They look fake. For you, it says. That beautiful purple sky. This carpet all has to go. No carpet. Staunchly anti-carpet. Hate that. I mean, I love it as a fireplace. Do not like that. Don't like the fireplace. Get rid of those light fixtures. I don't like the kitchen. We got to redo the whole thing. Okay, well. Well, if you're in a town and you can get to the places that you want to be, there certainly are. Draklin lives in one currently. I think Draklin lives in, where's Draklin now? Independence? You have to understand, both of you, that the point is to make it where normal people can't afford houses, right? Because it's much more beneficial for property owners to have, in the US, property is very much viewed as an income source or like an investment. It's not just viewed as like, oh, humans need a place to live. So from that perspective, if you don't want humans to be able to afford houses. Okay, so Draklin's neck of the woods. I don't really want to live in Independence, though. I mean, there are nice things about living in Portland. Oh no, McMinnville. I knew someone moved to McMinnville. They moved back. Where are you seeing a $125K house? I'm seeing a lot of $500,000 houses here as well. Is it haunted? Look, it doesn't even let you pick anything below 500 because it's like, it's not happening. Not $250, thanks. Sheridan. That's very suspicious. Is this a ghost town? Do people even live here? Why is this so cheap? These must be cursed. Look at this place. Look at this weird... This looks like a former, like, burger place. Wait, what are you? How come I didn't see them on my search? Uh-oh. Did I crash Chrome? Am I still streaming? I don't know. I hope I am. Why is Chrome so bad? All I tried to do is drag the URL from chat over here. I'm searching. I have no. Wait, are you searching for like townhomes or something? Or multifamily dwellings? Maybe that's why you're seeing inexpensive things in McMinnville. Yeah, these are like multifamily. Well, this is a mobile home. So that's not a that is a mobile home. So no thanks. Also a mobile home. I think we might have different standards for housing. Okay, this is a home. It's a manufactured home. But why? So why wasn't that showing up on the list? It's Berkshire Hathaway monsters. I mean, manufactured homes do not show up as actual homes, I guess. Because it'll just blow away if the wind is high. Okay, if you take away the mobile and manufactured homes, there's nothing there. If I wanted one of those, I could just buy a kit from Home Depot or something. I mean, I could just build it. It'd be great. The other option is just buy some land and build a tiny house. Okay, well, Salt Lake. You want me to move to Utah and become a Mormon? Okay, sorry, chat. I'll be right back in a second. I mean, I think I'll still be streaming, but I think Chrome has just fully decided not to function anymore. I can weirdly see you, but Chrome is dead. Like, I can see you talking. Is that what making... I don't know. Salt Lake, I think, is toxic without the toxicity of the lake involved. But... Okay, sorry. I'm ending task. I'll be right back. End task. Restore pages. Okay, I forgot what we were even doing. We're going to raid bits and crafts, right? I misspelled it. Are they even still streaming? Dark Souls content? Oh, look how close. Look, Bits and Crafts is so close to... am I already following them? They're so close to 1,000 followers. There's not enough of us. We can't do it. We can't make it happen. Sorry, Bits and Crafts. If I had actually raided when I said I was going to raid, then maybe it would have been okay. But now everybody's left because I was just home shopping. Okay, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Phil Powers, thanks for your help. Coggers, I hope you feel better. No, it's like, don't be sorry. It's fine. Oh, I'm only seeing 4, but who knows what's going on. Paradise, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I will plan to stream some Sudoku later. Let's start this raid. Okay. Raid countdown is going. All right, I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much.